Welcome back, everybody. Coming to you from a different spot. Normally I'm on the Spyder and we're out riding, but I purchased some things for the Spyder, some upgrades, some maintenance things, and I don't have a place in the house to shoot a video. Not with our grandchild that's moved back in temporarily while his father's in Iraq. It just gets a little noisy in the house, and I don't have a place that has adequate lighting, so I'll just do it out here in front of the Spyder. So this is what we have so far, and these are the upgrades and the maintenance products that I'm going to be doing in the next month. Number one is a K&N air filter with the part number. The reason why I go with K&N is I'm not too concerned about the performance gains that they say it can give you. I go with K&N because I can wash it and reuse it. So this will be the last filter I purchase for the Spyder. And then, every 6 months or every year, I can pull it out, I can inspect it, I can clean it, I can re-oil it, and I can put it back in the Spyder. I do believe the factory filter runs about $35. You use it once, you throw it away. I picked this one up for $45, so it's well worth it. The next thing are the front tires. I've never replaced front tires on a Spyder before. I've always just replaced the rear. So it didn't take long, once you start searching, to find that a lot of people are going with the Federals, and there's two different ones. There's this one and a different one, and it sounds like this one will be the one that will give you the best ride. I found these on Amazon for $52 a piece, so the price is very affordable. The factory tires, I think, run about $100 a piece, and people say you get a better ride out of these. They are an asymmetrical tire. That means the tread is different from the inside of the tire to the outside of the tire. It is not directional. Directional would have arrows to move the water out. Also, it's asymmetrical because it tells you to mount. I don't know if we're going to be able to focus. On the tire, it says mount this to the outside. So they want this tread on the outside, this block of tread on the inside. They should do decent. We have big lateral grooves to move water. We don't have a lot of sipes in the tire, and sipes are just the little lines that help really move the water. But you can see on the factory tire, there are no sipes at all. So it's just solid blocks of rubber. But you can see the directional tread pattern. And I went with an asymmetrical rear tire, and I don't have an issue with it. Number 3, I'm going to open this. Can-Am Spyders are belt driven. So on the F3, the front pulley's here. So the belt comes all the way to back here. So, the belt is absolutely humongous. And what happens at speed, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to get this or not, but this belt will move up and down. So when it moves up and down, you get a vibration. And you can feel it. You roll on the throttle, it goes away. You roll off the throttle. That's how you know you have a belt vibration, not a tire vibration. So Brp makes a tensioner. And I think this was $35. And it's the factory Brp Tensioner, and it doesn't put a lot of tension. I can move it with my thumb, but what it does simply is it allows that belt, if it wants to vibrate, the spring, the pressure, will hold that belt from vibrating or banjoing, however you want to call it. So looking forward to that. That's just going to aid in ride quality. And like I said, I'm trying to make this more comfortable for longer trips this year that I plan. So, and then the I don't even know if you want to call it the biggest thing. The purchase I'm looking forward to the most is I'm upgrading the rear shock. So I went with a factory BRP 2-up shock, and the part number is almost unrecognizable. Funny thing is, I went to my dealer to purchase the tensioner and the shock, and when I got to the dealer, the guy couldn't look up the shock or the tensioner. He's like, oh, I don't know, blah blah blah. So I jumped on Amazon really quick, and I found the shock, and I gave him the part number, and I said, hey, I can get it for $200. He would not work in that price range, so I just came home and ordered it on Amazon. This one has come out of Central Florida Power Sports in Kissimmee, Florida. It arrived in a couple days. We did lose one of the mounting nuts, which is no big deal. I will just Loctite one in. So let me get this shock out really quick. Okay, so I'm running the factory occasional, they call it occasional, 2-up rear shock. Is it the best shock for how I'm going to use this spyder and what I intend to do with it? Probably not. There's a lot better shocks out there. The reason I went with this one is the warranty is up on it December of next year, and I don't know how much longer I'm going to keep it. So I'm not going to spend $500, $1,000 on a shock if I'm not keeping the spyder. So I'm going to try to get a picture of the shock they put on these things, which is not adequate, especially for how much they weigh. So here's the shock with the spring, and it's nice that you get the whole shock and spring combination. It was $200, a decent price for what it is. So one thing you notice is it's the same shock. It's just a different spring. But you get more coils, and I do believe, without measuring them, just by looking at them, the coils are thicker. So you get more of them, and they're thicker. So it should, with me, 10% of the time I'm 2-up. It's usually just me. I'm about 260, we're going to say 270 pounds right now. So this should be adequate for me. There are better shocks, and I'm not saying this is the best shock out there. I'm saying it's going to work for me. If I keep the spyder longer than a year, then we might come back and address this rear shock, because this one's not gonna. There are a lot better shocks out there than this one. So that's it. We got a little bit of snow last night. It is warming up. I don't know if I'm gonna go for a ride or not. This is my Can-Am spyder with 41,000 miles on it. It is filthy dirty. So don't judge, you'll get washed. I promise you. This is my project in the next month. Gotta get tires put on it, develop the vibration. Air filter, super easy. I'll show you how to install that. Shock should only, if you don't have the saddlebags, it's an hour to replace that rear shock. I have the shad bags. So when I remove the bag, then I'm going to have to remove the mounting bracket. So that's going to add some time to it. But besides that, it should be fairly easy. And I'm definitely looking forward to it. Using my mic, hopefully it's working okay. It is corded. Yeah. But shock, front tires, air filter, and belt tensioner. That's what we're going to be doing to this thing. As soon as this weather breaks, it warms up. I'm trying to make room in the shed where I can actually get the spyder in the shed, and it's not coming too well. So I might be working on it out here where I normally do. So this video is getting long. I'm gonna let everybody go. Look forward to videos coming up. Everything I do to this thing, I'm gonna make a video just in case you're out there and you want to do this. Spyders aren't that difficult to work on what I do with them anyway. So throw a comment down there below. I'll make sure I answer it. Give me a like and definitely subscribe. It would help me tremendously. I'm shooting for 1,000 subscribers by February 20th, and I think the day's the 4th or the 5th. It's Super Bowl Sunday. All Everybody take it easy. I'll see you in a couple days.